I'm a feminine woman, but you might have to put that hat on, like, but don't play with me. Even when I'm in the gym, I want to be soft. Like, I'm just in this space where I no longer want to operate out of all that fakeness that y'all putting out there. We don't want it. We don't need it. You can keep that energy.
Truth be
Truth be
told,
told.
Truth be
Truth be
told.
told.
truth be
Truth be
told,
told
Truth
is.
be told, where real talk meets raw faith.
Hey guys, welcome back to Truth Be Told, where real talk meets raw faith. I am your host, Q Lynn, and today's topic is near and dear to me. It's actually a topic that's been floating around some of my friend groups and conversation, and I'm seeing it on the internet too. So I'm really happy to talk about it today, and it is about feminine energy, masculine energy. I personally, we're going to talk about me first, am a woman who has lived in her masculine energy, masculine skin, masculine everything since I could remember. And now at this big age, I'm trying to unlearn those masculine behaviors and put on my feminine energy. Be soft, be girly, be all these things that don't come natural to me. Some women, it comes natural to them. Like they sit in it, they live in it, they breathe it. For a woman like me, it's just not something that I can do like off the top of my head. So I wanted to talk about how women can take off their masculine energy, how men can assist women in that, because I think it's a both and how it's not a bad thing all the time to have that masculine energy. So let's start with me, because baby, okay, we're gonna start where I grew up. That's where we're gonna start at, okay? So I am a girl who was originally born, bred in Brooklyn. Brooklyn, New York is where I was brought up. It's where I learned life. It's where I learned a lot of things. And so I feel like when you come from Brooklyn, like if you know, like you already know. And one thing about it, two things for sure, I'm just tired of being a real like ninja from Brooklyn. Like I don't have to be. I just want to be a girl. I want to be a girl from Brooklyn. That's it. That like I would love for it to be that. So I feel like it's about where you grew up, how you grew up, like can determine whether or not you are living more in your masculine or living more in your feminine. So I'm just like, it was the way I grew up. When I started looking like around at the things, like, why do you do this? Why do you do this? And most of the time it was because that's what I saw the women in my family doing. Like the men in my family weren't really around, if I'm being honest. Like I come from a broken home. I come from like not just my own home being broken, but just my family systematically being broken. Like if my uncles weren't locked up, then they were in the streets, you know? So there was no one at home to show us what masculinity was supposed to look like on a man and feminine look like on a woman, because most of the women in my family had to take care of the home in both their masculine and feminine energies, right? And I'm not saying that it is based on strictly like, oh, like she made all the money and she this, that, and the third. No, because it doesn't have anything to do with what what you do. Oh, she took out the trash. Oh, she cooks and cleans. I'm not talking about that. I'm literally talking about the energy that you put out. Like if I have to be the man of my house and be the woman of my house, how can I just sit and rest in my feminine energy? Like it won't work. It won't work. Like it just would be impossible almost. So I watch all the women in my family have to do both. I watch them have to be the man, discipline the kids. I don't even want to put titles on it. I just watch them have to operate in their masculine energy. And most of that came out of survival mode. Like living in survival mode will make a woman naturally become masculine, because she has to lead her household. She has to lead her children. She has to do all the things that a man should be doing for her in the house. And so watching that growing up, that's naturally what I gravitate towards, right? That's naturally what I would always do, is just be the leader, take charge. I don't know how to be still and just be. Like I'm always busy. I'm always on the move. I'm always like doing masculine things, like being aggressive, and life in itself had made me that way. So naturally, when I started to want to become a girl, and it's so funny to explain it like that, but like to put it in layman's terms, it's like I just want to be a girl, right? And so to step into my softness, to step into my feminine energy, to try to exude that aura, it's hard. It's so hard. Like I've been legit struggling with how to do that and how to turn it off when I need to turn it off and turn it on in the situations where I might need to turn it on. So for instance, you might need to turn it on in your business, right? If you're an entrepreneur like me, like you might have to have the masculine energy so that you can get things done, so you could be taken serious and all those things. Like you can still present as I'm a feminine woman, but you might have to put that hat on, like, but don't play with me, you know? And it's so hard to turn it off in areas where, like at home, I not need to be soft, I want to be soft. And so that's why I feel like it's a give and take when it comes to the man and women, right? Because I feel like with a man, in my case, take that note, in my case, I need the space to be created for me to be soft. Like, you need to make me feel safe. You need to make me feel like I can trust you. You need to make me feel like I don't have to worry about anything and it's going to be handled. And then I can sit back and be like, okay, I could do that. Because, another thing that it's about is control. Control has been a big part of my masculine energy. Like, I have dealt with a lot of things that have either let me down or a lot of people who have let me down. And so a lot of different like traumatic things that may have happened in my life over a course of, we're talking 30 something years, that it's hard for me to take control and set it aside, to say, oh yeah, you plan the event. Oh yeah, you're gonna like figure out dinner tonight. Or oh yeah, you're figuring out date night. Even like down to those small things, it's hard for me to just be like, you got it, and then be quiet and go sit down somewhere. I'm like, so okay, so you got it, okay, cool, and then I'm checking back in. So did you do this? Did you do this? Did you like? It's a sense of control, and it's like, girl, no. If you want to be soft, you have to. Here's what I need, and then wait. And that will teach you who you can trust, right? And who you can't trust. Because again, taking it all the way off is probably not a possibility, right? Because we just live in a world where women do have to live in that masculine energy to some extent. Like maybe 15%, 20% of the time, but 80% of the time, we should be able to be soft in our like personal close environments. Even when you first meet people, like, do you really want to give off? Like, no, like you don't. Even when I'm in the gym, I want to be soft. Like, I'm just in this space where I no longer want to operate out of survival. I don't want to operate out of control. And I sure as heck don't want to operate in masculine energy. So, trying to maneuver through all these things has been a trippy thing. And I have been watching people older than me, younger than me, men, women alike, to kind of like pull from, learn from, get advice from, because man, who told us that this was supposed to be hard? I don't think it is. I don't think it's supposed to be, but for some people like myself, it can be. And then it comes off like, oh, she aggressive, or oh, she controlling, or she got an attitude, or, and it's like, it's not really that. It's kind of like, I don't know how to turn this part off. And if you feel me, put some fire in the chat, because like, make me feel safe so I could do that, right? And I got some points. I have wrote some stuff down because Mama's still working on the memory stuff. Like, all right. So what I wanted to do was we're gonna take it. We're gonna take it all the way back. I'm gonna define the energies because I don't want to demonize either. Because like I said, both can be necessary. It just depends on where and when. So like masculine energy to me, it equals structure, providing, protecting, logic, action, responsibility, right? And as a woman, you need to have a lot of that. But normally your man has that, right? And then you're able to operate in this feminine energy, receiving, softness, intuition, surrender, nurturer, creativity. And that is what I feel like a woman's softness is supposed to be. It should be like the intuition comes in and it's like, I'm the helpmate. Surrender is submission, right? And a woman can't not can't, but I promise you, a strong, smart woman is not submitting to bullcrap. So if the space isn't safe, if the space doesn't create the opportunity for her to just be like, like she's going to operate in her masculine energy by default. Because I feel like, honestly, we're all born with both, because we're born with testosterone and estrogen in us, right? But it's about what learned behaviors did you learn? Like, how did you learn to operate in the one that you're supposed to operate in as a default, though, right? And it's so crazy. So just like to clarify, again, this isn't about gender roles. That's what I was trying to say earlier. It's not about gender roles. It has nothing to do with like, oh, she's feminine, she be cooking, she be cleaning, she be like, no. Or he masculine, he's gonna be the one to go to work and make all the money, and he's gonna pay all the bills and take out the trash. It has nothing to do with that. Now, don't get it wrong. I'm a girl. I'm not taking out the trash. I'm just not the one. And my son is gonna know when you get a lady friend, take out her trash. Like, take out her trash. When you get a wife, make sure she don't gotta deal with that. Now, make sure you have a wife who understands though that if you aren't capable of doing it, that she will step into that place and do it. And that's where it goes with the give and take of it all, right? And so here are some reasons why I feel like a lot of us end up in our masculine energy. And these apply to me too. Most of these are because of me. Here's some reasons. Single parenting, right? I was a single parent for a very long time. And even when I got into a relationship with a man who started parenting my daughter, aka my husband, I was still operating like a single parent for a very long time. Broken homes. I come from a broken home. Although I have a stepfather who came into my life when I was about 11 years old, prior to that, my dad and my mom's relationship was kind of up and down. They weren't dating or anything, but just like, I never really felt like my father was there for me. So broken home. He didn't parent me the way that he was supposed to. Broken home. My mom, young mom, didn't really get parented herself. So she's just trying to figure it out. Insert my stepfather, great guy, definitely father of the year most of the time, right? But there are areas where he dropped the ball. There are areas where my parents as married people dropped the ball. Never, the only thing that I saw through them was gender roles. Mommy did all of this stuff that was supposed to be feminine, but she never let go of her control. She never let go of her survival mode. And these are the things you learn. Learn how to take care of household, but still operate in that energy. And my father was the provider. He brought home the bacon. He made sure we had everything we needed. And that was about it. That's all you saw, right? Early adulthood responsibilities, raise your hand. Okay. Your career entrepreneurship, raise your hand. Trauma, lack of trust, raise your hand. Feeling unsafe or unsupported, raise your hand. Being praised for independence but not softness. Oh my God. That one right there is like, I wrote it and it's like, that one hit so hard. Okay. Basically what we're saying is like independence won awards, but softness was never celebrated. Right. And so like doing all these things, being a self-made woman, being in my like, oh, you got this, you got this, you got this. No, teach me to be soft. It's like, stop praising everything that I do that's independent. Show me how to be soft, or praise me when it's like, oh, you rested today? That's so dope. Or the feminine things that a woman, like that aura that she brings. And I feel like feminine energy exudes a confidence that nobody talks about. Like when a woman steps in a room and she's just, okay, she fly from head to toe, hair stay done, nails stay done. She always looks nice because it's not about designer. So I'm just gonna say she always looks nice, dressed to the nines, like got her, even when she got on sneakers, it was just like, you know, that's a woman right there. And she walks with this confidence and this glow. I feel like that's a feminine energy. That's an aura. Like she's walking in with boldness, but also soft. And it's kind of like, you know, you can't play with her, but you also know like how to speak to her with this thing. I don't know. I just know when I see it, I be like, girl, what is you doing that I'm not? Okay. I want to talk about what taking it off looks like. I just feel like it's so hard for us, right? And so I feel like we can do these things and it'll be okay. Like you'll start to feel good little by little, because I know that ever since I started doing these things, I'm like inching out of the masculine energy and just kind of softening my rough edges pretty much, right? So like one thing is asking for help and not being guilty about it. And also trusting that the person will do the best job that they can. And also knowing who to ask for help. for certain things, right? Releasing your need for control. Girl, I feel like I'm ministering to myself. I wrote it and I still feel like I'm ministering to myself. Like receiving instead of performing. Now that's a tricky one, right? And so you don't have to do everything and do it like at the top of the game. I feel like that's also a part of like asking for help, because everything is not going to always be perfect. Heck, when we do it, it's not perfect all the time. It's not. And so we just need to receive whatever they're, well, not put away, receive whatever they're giving us and be okay with it. Letting others lead without feeling powerless, okay? Making decisions from intuition instead of fear. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you something. Fear will make you talk yourself out of everything. And a woman's intuition, which is really the Holy Spirit, it will never lead you wrong. I promise you. Okay? Moving from survival mode into living mode. You don't have to operate out of survival mode all the time. Like, if you're making it happen, then live in that. Survival mode will have you running around like a chicken without a head. It'll have you scared to do anything. It'll have you just holding on to things that you honestly need to release. Like, no, absolutely not. Allowing partnership versus being the whole team. And this can be in any area. This can be in your home. It could be in your relationship. It could be in your friendships. It could be at work. Like, learn how to delegate. I feel like that was a lot of the same stuff, but they all have different meanings to me. And a thing that I learned, and I'm learning through my faith and my walk with God, is that control is not mine anyway. I didn't have the control in the first place. I had an illusion of control, but the truth is he's got all the control. So when I start feeling anxious and I start feeling like I need to like take control over a situation, I just take it back to him. Like, God, I know that you are the author of everything. You are the start and the finish, the beginning and the end, like, you know what's about to happen here. You know the outcome. So like, whatever you need, let your will be done. Move through me, speak through me, let your will be done. And that's it, right? And so sometimes we look at God as a strict, like a provider. We have to remember that he's our protector too. God will protect you through anything that you feel is coming against you. He will protect you through anything that feels anxious, anything that feels overwhelming, things that I don't even subscribe to anymore, like, because I have him. I know that he's got me through it all. And learning to submit is easy when you submit it under authority of God. Like, when you've learned that that's the first thing, like it's him, and then you can submit under a husband, everything else is like easy. It's so easy. It becomes fluid. Everything starts with your relationship, honestly, with God. And I talk about it a lot. Obviously, that's why the podcast is named what it's named, but it's the truth. It's my truth. I know that for sure. And I just think that if you haven't tried it, try it. Try and see. Because relationship over religion every day. Just remember that part. In the Bible, it talks about a Proverbs 31 woman and what a woman should look like. Like, if he designed me to receive, why am I working so hard to carry everything? If you look at that, it talks about a woman who has a lot of jobs, who is always busy, but it doesn't say that she's overwhelmed and anxious. Like, it says that she's resting in God. Like, she's resting in her, what she's supposed to be doing, and it comes easy to her. Anyway, y'all gotta go read it and then tell me what you think. So I also want to talk about how a man can fit into this. Men should carry mostly masculine energy. They should be the ones creating a safe space for a woman to feel feminine. Even if a woman shows up feminine, like, a man should be creating a space where a woman can feel more in that. Like, oh, I'm good here. I'm safe here. I can trust here. I can do, like, she should be resting all the way in it, even if she already came that way. Okay, so let's talk about how men can do it. Powerful perspective shift would be that masculine men give structure, protection, and leadership. They create safety that allows softness. They don't compete with their woman. They complement her. Their presence removes the need for hyper independence. So they initiate, they pursue, they provide clarity, they offer direction, and they take responsibility. These are all things I did not see growing up. So to find it, to point it out, like to automatically see that, if you don't know what it looks like, you might not know how to like see it. Now, I can say in the past, I've come across men who have had this, and because I wasn't able to appreciate it, because I didn't know what it was supposed to look like, and I was still operating in that masculine energy, I could never appreciate it, and they did not stay around. And I'm not talking about like in intimate relationships either. I'm talking about friendships, like, or even mentors. Like, You too aggressive. You think you know everything. You are controlling. Like, you can't let a man be a man and lead and teach. So, like, go away, little girl. Dead serious. And I'm pretty sure women who know what I'm talking about, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. So I feel like a masculine man doesn't put her in her place. He creates a place where she no longer needs to perform masculinity. And it'll just come naturally. It'll just basically be like breathing air around him. You could literally be a little lump on a log around a man who like creates a space for you to be feminine. I think that a lot of this goes back to how you grew up. It goes back to things you may have seen, learned, unlearned. Because some people come from great like upbringings, and then we take ourselves out of the environment by the things that we do. So it's really circumstantial, and it just depends on you as a person. So you trying to identify this in yourself, I hope that some of this helps. I hope that if you have identified as being more masculine, that you can start to lean into being more feminine. And ladies, if you're more feminine and you have masculine, like operating, dominating women around you or friends, lead. Show, like, not lead in the masculine way, but lead. Like, show shorty what to do, how to do it, with the softness that you provide. Men, be more masculine and take the lead. Create space for a woman to be feminine. Create space for her to trust. That's a hard one. I feel like I hear a lot of people talk about dating out here and stuff and how hard it is. And that's probably number one. It's like, I can't trust these people because no one's telling the truth anymore. No one's living in their real truth anymore. And that's the one thing that I'm coming to now as I walk this walk and I walk my walk through therapy and my theology. I'm learning to heal and become my true self with no mask, no covers, no lies, no more, none of that. Like, my true authentic self is what I want to present to the world. Like, that's what you're going to get here on this pod anyway. So it's like, all that fakeness that y'all putting out there, we don't want it. We don't need it. You can keep that energy. So here are a few questions that you can ask yourself so that you can start to unpack a lot of these things, and do it with people you trust. Do it with friends, do it with family, do it with your therapist. But really, if you really want to get to the nitty gritty of it, you definitely are going to have to ask yourself, where did I learn I had to be strong? When did softness stop feeling safe? Who taught me I couldn't ask for help? What makes me afraid to receive? Who do I become when I feel protected? That's a big one for me because I'm not sure. I was just asking myself the other day, who am I without all, well, not even the other day, actually for the past few months, on this journey of like becoming, it's like, who am I without all the baggage, without all the drama, without all the trauma? When I start to unlearn these bad things, who am I when I start to feel safe and protected and just sure of myself? Who is that person? That's what you got to ask yourself. God doesn't require women to be men to be blessed. Like, you don't have to operate like a man in order to get your blessings, basically. Softness was in the design before survival entered the story. Just remember that. Like, when you're a little girl, you're just running around just being a girl. Like, some of us a little tougher than others, but like, before you had to like raise yourself or provide for yourself or create a safe environment for yourself or take back control because someone tried to take it from you when you were a kid, you just operated. Like, you were a girl, you were a little girl. People treated you like a little girl. They treated you like a girl. Femininity is not the opposite of strength. It's just a different form of it, because some of the strongest women are feminine. Like, again, they come in the room, they operate in their femininity. They're bold, they're courageous, they're confident. That's strength to me, the ultimate strength, actually. I want you to take those questions, write them down, and really answer them. Like, be the honest, be as honest as you can be. Remember, it's just you and the paper. And honestly, put God in the middle of it. Ask God to reveal those things. Ask him to remove those things. Like, really sit with him and talk with him. Like, God, I don't want to be like this no more. Maybe ask him to start revealing the things that you do to others or with others or around others that makes you operate that way. Maybe ask him to start removing some people. Maybe ask him to just start revealing people who don't have your best interest at heart and who thrive off of your masculinity. Yeah, that's a thing too. So I say all that to say that it is okay to just be a girl. It's okay for you to just be a girl. I'm literally just a girl. And that's all I need. That's all I want. That's all I want to do is exist as the woman in this world who exudes her femininity first and foremost. You don't need to meet my masculinity until it's completely and utterly necessary, because my femininity should just show my strength anyway. And that is on period. So, this is the part that I love. I love to do my truth be told section. I love to just spill out the truth and put it all out there. And I hope that you guys join me. Put your truth be told down in the chat or DM me on Instagram at XO_QLYNN. Actually, I just started the Truth Be Told podcast Instagram. So you can actually hit me on there too. It's at Truth Be Told Pod, POD _. And I'm so excited to hear from you guys. So here we go. Truth be told is I'm tired of being strong. Truth be told is I'm not a real ass nigga no more. I'm just a girl. Truth be told is I don't want people who don't make me feel safe. Truth be told is I love doing this. And I can't wait to see you guys next week on this podcast. You know, we come out Monday, 12 p.m. right here on YouTube. We will be streaming on all platforms really, really soon. I'm trying to work the kinks out on that, but I got y'all. So right now, y'all come see me on YouTube. You can catch me at XOQLYNN. And I love you guys. Bye.